It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker tonight, Miss Ariella Chivil. I am just delighted that Ariella is with us tonight. I first met Ariella when she was a second grade student here at St. Thomas the Apostle, and I was her second grade teacher. Ariella was a smart, fun-loving, creative, and charming young lady. I can remember her mom asking me one day what my opinion of Ariella was. I remember telling Mrs. Chivil that Ariella was going to grow up to be an intelligent and successful woman, one that had a zealous yet healthy appetite for competition. She enjoyed school, loved to read, and welcomed difficult math problems and thinking games. I remember reading her class, Charlotte's Web, and attending all of their First Holy Communion Masses. As Ariella got older, I would meet with her and some other students for math enrichment during the school year and over the summers. She welcomed the extra work and loved the challenge. By the time she hit the 6th, 7th, and 8th grades, I was her math teacher. By the time she graduated from St. Thomas the Apostle School, she was happily working for an Algebra 2 book. She loved to write stories, scary ones I remember correctly, and her fellow classmates would listen intently as she read them aloud. Ariella was not only smart, she was also a student with tremendous character. She was always honest, always her own person, never afraid to be herself. She was an advocate for others. She would do the right thing because it was the right thing to do. She possessed great poise and self-confidence. She approached each day with enthusiasm. Ariella had a very successful high school career at Grants Catholic High School. Upon graduating from high school, Ariella headed off to the University of Pennsylvania, completing her studies in philosophy, politics, and economics with a concentration in globalization. She is now employed by Ultralink Healthcare Solutions in New York as an account executive. She also has experience working on the business side of analytics, commercial real estate, and telehealth startups. Ariella certainly embodies everything the National Junior Honor Society represents. I am so proud of her. I think that you can tell that she holds a special place in my heart. Please give her a warm welcome, Ariella Chivil.
It's an honor to be up here speaking to you all as we celebrate the students as well as the tenants of the National Junior Honor Society. Character, citizenship, scholarship, service, and leadership. Earlier this week, I was able to catch a screening of The Little Prince. I don't know if you've heard of the story, but because I live in New York, we live in New York, things like this just pop up all the time. Anyway, I watched this movie and it completely messed me up for this speech. You see, I was all ready to give each and every one of you advice on how to be the best grown-up possible. Because at the age of 26, I feel entitled to give this information. But yes, I was ready to give you all a list of essential skills necessary to be a good adult and get through high school and college with flying colors, get a job, pay taxes, and all the other fun things. But I can't now, because I watched The Little Prince and it grew in me this story, which is about a prince from another planet who cues about the importance of empathy and childhood imagination. They talk about growing up. They say, growing up is not the problem, forgetting it is. It made me realize that I had forgotten. And it made me remember that sense of wonder, that childhood creativity and imagination that we often cast aside as we advance in our lives and check off all the adult accomplishments. It made me think of my favorite bedtime story. Besides the ones my mom would do with funny voices, Good Night Otis. If you want to hear your kid just the right amount of weird and independent thinker, have them read this book, featuring a penguin and a bunny suit gallivanting around town. It's like Good Night for cool people. Like my parents, they're right over there. Just stare at them. One of the key lines that I always insist on reading, it's become sort of a motto for my life. Let's get carried away and depart from the text. Though there are many instances in life where following the rules is generally a good idea and saves you some grief, there's off book and make a project your own. When I was in 5th grade at St. Thomas, my teacher encouraged me to make a screenplay of a short story I wrote of my neighbor getting abducted by aliens. I conscripted my best friend, Haley Wilson, to be my alien, which involved donning neon green paint that apparently was not meant to be put on your face and burned her face. Our friendship has since recovered from this incident, and she still talks to me today. Ultimately, my dad agreed to film it. My sisters played body doubles, and we got to run around in the woods trying about UFOs for a letter grade. Having this kind of fun and learning and feeling that sense of encouragement at STA led me to develop my writing and performance skills, giving me the confidence to sign up for drama club in high school and ultimately put on a comedy album in college. And I still look back on that as one of the most memorable experiences of my life. And it all started with a little flexibility on the homework assignment. The other lesson I want to try to impart is that we're not alone in this. All of you scholars are probably driven here by your parents. They may make you some dinner, myself included, thanks Mom, and they hopefully write to you growing up. How many of your parents have navigated educator homework? I think you can agree that probably contributed like a little bit to those stellar grades you all have, and maybe perhaps partially, helps you get to the positions you are today, sitting here being congratulated. I don't mean to suggest you aren't all independently awesome and capable of hard work and service and dedicated effort, but that I'm of the opinion, at least from my personal experience, that our parents give us a nice foundation of discipline, or at least they really try to, for us to build off of. And it's that foundation of having our essential life needs met that allows us to focus on the things higher on the pyramid. Things like self-actualization of what gifts do I have to offer the world, what should I do with my life, esoteric questions that you feel like you're thinking about. Or maybe you may be thinking about your immediate satisfaction. How soon after this crazy woman gets off stage will I get to dig into those brownies or check out Snapchat? But I assume you're more likely than not thinking about where your next meal is coming from or where you're sleeping tonight, which is a privilege. And it's your obligation as scholars to understand that we must use our position of privilege to help others whenever and however we can. All of you sitting here have certain gifts. Perhaps some you haven't fully explored or realized yet, but they will come. And you must use them, whether it's the ability to connect people, communicate visually, hopefully not with the unveiling thing, or write persuasively, to help those who do not live as comfortably as we do, to improve the space around you, to do as the Boy Scout will suggest, leave everything and everyone better than you found it. I hope you all had Caleb Wilson in your life who is going to be your alien and depart from the text for your grade, because it's essential. You do not become great alone. Beyond stepping up when you're needed, knowing how to ask for help and admit you don't have all the answers is a crucial life skill. And one of the best marks of a leader is the humility to own up to what you don't know, to ask questions, to constantly be on the search for better answers, better processes, a better way, and to have the curiosity to see beyond what is immediately available, to see the potential in things and in people, and to empower each other to share those gifts and contribute. I think about teachers who inspired me and who shaped the person I am today. I think about Mrs. Foley, who invested time and energy in me at age 11, thinking I had the potential for advanced math. She gave me an outlet for my curiosity, gave it a home and structure, and pushed me to look for answers outside what was immediately available. She had this way of departing from the text and creating that sense of imagination and wonder, with algebra no less. One of my favorite memories of that class was learning about functions with Mrs. Foley's function box. She would put a number in a glitter shoebox, shake it up like screaming, wonderful things are happening. And a different number would come out, and we would try and guess what the function was. And I took that with me, that lesson, through high school and college math, and even think about it sometimes when negotiating contracts with clients. There are so many opportunities in front of you. From your projects to your statistics lab, after-school activities, it may be hard to figure out where you should invest your time and energy. My advice is try all the things. Sign up, give it a trial run, move on to the next. Stop by all the after-school clubs you may have an inkling of interest in. Step up to a leadership position, even if you're only 50% sure you can handle it. You can always learn what's required as you go. Just ask questions, observe, and try. Everything you do in life is practice, and the next thing life's going to throw at you. Embrace it, learn from it, and move on. I'm so excited for all of you to take this sense Know that while checking off boxes and following the rules will get you places, I encourage you all to go up, or as they say, midnight opus, you'll get carried away in the park of the text. As Little Prince says, it's not growing up that's a problem, forgetting it is. Don't forget the excitement you felt growing up here at STA. Those moments when you really felt you got lost in the magic of it all. I haven't, and it's what makes me smile to look back on my life and what I've accomplished. It's all the clouds and the vortex of education, sure, but those moments when you get really excited about learning something new, you got to fully geek out on it. That's what's